Hello everybody and welcome back to Belarkate Farms. So, it's September and what I want to get done before it gets too late is we need to cut the grass and we need to get the grass in. So, what I've thought about doing, as I know we still technically got 4,000 litres in there, but I want a worker to go start cutting the long grass field. We've already cut it, but we never picked it up. So I'm going to take the mower over there and we're going to recut it, going to re-row it up, and then we're going to start collecting it. Because what I'm hoping to do is if we can get the wagon empty, I want to fill this pit with 2 today, and then hopefully in November we might build another pit to fill the next one. As those cows start making milk, they tend to use just that little bit more milk, more food anyway. So it should be all right for us. We can keep on top of it a bit better. So he's going to remow that. As you can see, we still got our swaths we never collected. We do need to get some more straw, but the milk is slowly starting to creep up, and now they're 18 months old. So hopefully we start getting or seeing the benefit of them cows. So he's going to crack on with that for us first of all. We just pulled the combine to the edge on the farm we don't own, but we will eventually own it. So I've had a look. I think it's about £300,000. It's not out of the way, but at the moment we're saving for that BGA. So you get all these bits of products moved across. The other thing what we have got, which takes a little bit of time, is we've got all of the grapes and olives to move or get rid of. So I think it's still got quite a lot of olives in it, so we'll bring what we can over. Same with the grapes. I think we've got some in storage, so we could actually just bring the ones in the storage over, and then we could sell whatever's left. So let's go have a quick look, see what we've got kicking around in the yard. And then what we're probably going to do today is, while we're getting the grass sorted, he's going to mow it up for us. We'll set 2 on the fence with the buster, and we'll start doing that. And then as we need it over at the to do some grass care stuff, we'll nip over and we'll start helping out, sort of thing, and we'll try and get that all in. But yeah, there's 11,000 litres across the road there, so let's take that across and get that sorted. So let's whip her back here. Let's get it over here, and then we can at least top the raisin production right up. It would be nice to get that going flat out. So we're about 1 month away now from the big harvest, which is going to be the corn and the sugar cane again. Oh yes, I'm selected the wrong thing. Right, so let's tip that in there. That'll top that up for now. Ooh, all bar 21 litres, it took a lot. So we've still got the Unimog down here at the moment. I was just carting some sugar cane even, back and forth. But what we're going to do is we're going to go put the ripper on the fence here, and we're going to go off and start preparing those 2 fields that we did last time. So we've got plenty of time for them. I sort of need to put the lime spreader on the back of the Voltra. I'm going to set him to buying lime because it's so much easier, and I'm just going to get him to whip around all of the fields we've got empty, get them all topped up as well, so we are 100%. I know we've got quite a lot of lime in the yard now, so we will use that. We'll probably do the sugarcane field ourselves with all of our new acquired lime, and like I said, that will be ready next month anyway, so we can start making a few squid on that. Right, so where did I put the ripper? I said I'd put it behind the power arrow. So we'll get that picked up, just move it out of the way for the time being. We'll put the ripper on. technically we wouldn't need to power arrow until closer to the time we would want to be drilling, but on the game it doesn't really matter. But normally you wouldn't want to do any power arrowing if it's going to rain, and yeah, set hard, it would be a logistical nightmare. Let's get this picked up. I'll drive it to the field, and then what I'll do is I'll flick back to the Voltra and we'll get that set up. Lime spreading, I think it's this one that needs doing first. That's the one we've got all prepared now, and we're going to go do the 2 sorghum fields. Now I would like to do some more sorghum again next year. It yielded very well, as you've probably seen from the last video. It was not a bad yield whatsoever, so we'll carry on doing some more of that, and it can make us a few more pennies. This is the yard that's in question. This is the one I sort of want to buy as a bit of a halfway house for some of the machinery, because now we're all in this little area, it would make sense to have a yard a bit closer. So what we'll do is we'll start ripping this up. The Voltra, like I said, he's going to start lime spreading for me. Now this is empty, we'll get him moved over, get this put away, put the lime spreader on, and then as we're needed we will go and row the grass up or lift it up. I'm hoping the worker will row it so that we can crack on with a bit of field work, and then when the time is right he can just we'll just have to pick it up. Can't park that in the shed, can we, because it's too tall. We discovered that last time, so I'm just going to leave it here because it does actually need to be used fairly quick soon as well. You could in theory set the Unimog up picking stones up, but I think it's just a bit better to use the tractors. And I've put the power arrow in the way of the lime spreader, so that did not work out very well at all. So yeah, as always, once we've done all these bits and bobs, the plan is to save up enough money to get that BGA. We're not a million miles away now. What are we, £230,000? Possibly we'll get all the eggs sold this month, get the jam sold, get cereal sold, and whatever else we've got. I think we'll have... I'm not going to sell the canola because that is soon going to be the best time, which is November, so we don't want to be selling that premature. But we have got the olive oil. I don't mind selling that at any time. It's best in March, but it's a fairly good price all year, and we could sell the grapes and the olives from the back there. So I'm just going to get this filled up with our lime that we've made ourselves, which I think it only holds 6,000 litres. It's quite heavy, this lime spreader. It does send the Voltra, even with a ton on the front, bouncy all over. And to be fair, it sent the Fent as well quite bouncy. But we'll start him in this field here, just behind us, field 8. And then we'll move him around to the fields we're in. I think we've got 7 and 19 as well, which we are going to plant barley in today. But I thought we'd just get the fields prepared and then we can put barley. It wouldn't overly matter if we put them in next month. It just means they'd be about the same time as everything else. So this worker's going to crack on with this for us, and then we'll keep moving him around. He's cutting the grass again, so hopefully get that rowed up and there'll be some nice big piles. And we're going to set to now, and I'm going to start ripping this field, busting it, and then if the grassman's done, we will go and help. Well, I say help, we'll go and do it, because you know what the workers are like for helping in places they don't like to be. Right, let's get started and I'll catch up with you in a minute. So we've got a worker now on doing the busting. I've just come and finished the grass because he just got stuck on a few bits around the yard, so we've just had to take over so he wasn't blocked while he was mowing this bit of land. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start rowing it up now. I'll start in the other field, I'll get that field rowed up, and then we'll move on into this one, and then we can get this one all rowed up as well. And then I know we've got 4,000 litres in there, but if we've got to tip it out, we've got to tip it out. We can always pick it up at a later date with the elevator, and then we can get all this grass picked up, because we are definitely going to need another stockpile of silage to get us through. So we'll head down here, and there we are. So that's our old pile, and hopefully we're going to make another big pile next to it. So unfold that, get this lowered, and then we'll switch on. So this should make a fairly sizable pile now, which will fill the harvester quite quick. So we should get some decent volume off this next harvest, and then we might get a cutting in November, or if it's too late in the year, we should have hopefully enough to last us, which is the main thing. We just want to last, and we don't want to run out of silage. So let's get this all rowed up, and then we can crack on getting it all picked up. Right, so here we are, our first load. So I tipped the silage out just by the cow pen. We'll get that picked up later on, but for now we just need to get as much of this in as we can. So I think that's in reference to the fact there's just a little bit left in there. I tried to get it out, but it wasn't having it. It's just that little bit there. How many litres is it? 126 litres. So let's wonder if I can get this to pick it up. It kept picking up the grass, which was a bit annoying. Just got to lift it over the step. It'd be nice now if this could hold 120. Ah, lovely jubbly. And it's disappeared, so that's good. At least the silo's empty. We can now get tipping. So we've had one load off it so far, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty more to have. So let's back this in here. Let's get the first one tipping. There we go. Oh, nearly. I'm going to try and stack them up as nice as possible, because I reckon we're going to get a fair few of them. So let's lower that. Switch her on. and let's go and get the next load. And then what I'll do is I'll pick a load up. We'll get a subtotal once we've done this field, and then we'll go next door and we'll see how much we can get from that one. Right, so we've got 160,000 litres and 333. So yeah, not too bad off that field. Not too bad at all. So we're about to go and get the one that's got double crop on it. So this should be a really, really good yield off it. Well, I'm hoping so. It should have double crop off it. So I'd expect a good 100,000 litres off this field at minimum, really, which is just 2 trailers. But we'll soon see. We'll go down a breed and we'll soon know how quickly it's going to fill up. So through here. And let's find out how quickly. Oh, it might be quite big. Yeah, she is filling up fairly quickly. So we probably will get 2, possibly 3 trailers off this field, which will be nice. It should keep us going all the way through until March, when we can next time cut the grass. I mean, I think we will be able to in November, but this will just make sure that we've got plenty anyway. To cut the grass in November, we're going to need another pit anyway, because this one will be fermenting overnight, and then it'll open up, and then we'll have plenty to feed our cows. So I'll quickly run across here, and then we'll see how many trailers we get. So it might not actually be as much as I thought, because we're not full yet, and we're nearly done a lap, and we ain't got that many rows to pick up out of this field, which is a shame. I was hoping to get a good amount in that pit, but we are full. So let's take this, get it tipped, and then I'll carry on, and then we'll get a subtotal of all our grass. Right, so we are finished and we have compacted the pit. So we need to just cover it now. So let's go over and get a final grand total. I was just putting some more straw into the cow pen. So we got 312,000 litres. So let's get it covered. And there we are. That should keep the cows fed for quite a few months. So we have the Fent is finished his job now, so we need to move him on into field 10. We need to get the stone picker out, and we need to do a bit of carting, sell some of the produce we have lying around. So field 10 is this way, so we'll get this folded. Keep an eye on that diesel bar, we don't want it running out in between fields. So this is the next field we've got for it to do the ripping. We might as well get this tractor to go and spread lime straight onto that field, and then we can pick stones up and power it after. It's not the end of the world. So we're not in any drastic rush for these fields to be ready. We won't be drilling these until March, April time. So we're not in massive rushes for it. But it is nice to keep on top of all the field work. So we'll get this doing that. We're going to run this trailer back because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to feed the chickens now, because up to date I haven't been fed for, I don't think I fed them last month, I haven't fed them this month, so I'm pretty confident to say the chickens are going to need some food this month, and then we can put the low loader on, and then we'll get some produce sold. So we'll get jam or different, we've got jam, cereal, eggs, yeah, so there's quite a bit to get sold, so we'll make sure we get all of that sold. We'll soon have to think about getting the Bailey. Oh, we've got the water Bailey's trailer already, haven't we? So we could empty the water out and use that for our milk, because we're soon going to be at the point where we need to think about getting the milk back and forth to the dairy. Let's pull in here. Now, I'm rather hoping we can afford the BGA today, because then we can start doing a bit of muck carting, getting it changed over into digest, and then work on buying ourselves a nice slurry spreader. So let's have a look what we got. Corn and 49,000 litres a week, so I'm pretty sure it only takes 40,000 billet anyway, so I'll only put 40,000 in the trailer, and that's if it's bang empty, and I don't know if it is or not. So let's get it filled up. Ooh, just over. But we can always leave it just tipping there, because we don't need this trailer per se at the moment. We can sell the grapes and the olives, like I said, or we can take the olives to the oil mill anyway, because I'm pretty sure it's got capacity, and we can just sell the grapes. So, but we'll work that one out. Depends how much money we make off everything we're about to sell. So let's get these chickens fed again. They are quite hungry. Bear in mind, this is all of our wheat for the year. And we're burning through it quite quickly. So that's extra sorghum is going to come in very handy. Right, let's just straighten up the Unimog. Get stuck in gear quite often. I have to manually flick the gears about just to get it to change. But that's the disadvantage of manual tractors. Right, so let's find out how empty that was. Fairly well empty. Oh yeah, they must have run out of food. they definitely ran out of food. So yeah, good job we did do that and get them topped off. So let's go get the low loader. We are going to need to have a bit of a tidy up in the yard soon. Get the telehandler over here and pick some of the stones up. Get them through the stone debris crusher. And then we can start real tidying the yard up. We still want to drill the barley down at this bottom end. But we haven't got a tractor at the moment. We could always use the mog. I don't think it'll get the traction that is needed. Or we wait till next month and then I know it'll be real busy, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. So let's get loaded up. What have we got around here? I don't think there was overly too many pallets. So we've got 10,000 litres of jam. And let's see what we've got. Yeah, it's not over a lot of eggs either, really. Question is it enough to make 200,000, 250,000? That's what we're aiming for. So that's another 15,000 litres of eggs. So we'll go pick the cereal up. We've got a few of them, and then we'll see if we've got any olive oil, and then we'll run it all down to the sell point, and then we can see if we can afford the BGA this month, or is it going to be a next month job. Right, so we're rolling into the farmer's market. We've got 10,000 of jam. We've got only 1 pallet of olive oil, 4 pallets of cereal, and 15 pallets of eggs. Let's see if it's enough. Oh, I don't think it's quite enough. Just shy. It's taken us very close. We got over, I think it's just over 150,000. Well over 150,000, but we are just shy of about 60-70,000 pounds of getting that BGA. So we've got to refresh ourselves how much it is. Now we could build one, but it's just the land it uses is just too much. So we need 43. So we're 100 grand shy, basically 100,000 pounds, which isn't too bad. And I'm sure we'll have products next month what will take us to that target, and then we can start putting the manure in there and we can start getting digest out of it. And then we only need a single slurry spreader, so we're not having to have manure spreader, slurry spreader. We can just do it all with one thing. Or do we not worry about it and do we just get the manure spreader and the thing? I don't know. That's the thing. Is it worth all the hassle? Will we make the £1 million saving? That's the question. Don't know. That £1 million could be spent on more cow barns. Could be on more cows. Bigger silos, more grass fields. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll have to have a think about it and see. I'll do some research, see if it is worth it or not worth it to us. Because if we're going to spend £1 million, turn it into digest, but we can't double applicate, because with liquid and manure you can sort of double applicate, put liquid on, then put the manure on. It works quite well. If you can't do that with a digest, it might not be worth doing, or we'd have to just put everything in there and turn everything into digest, take the little bit of payment we'll get for the electric it'll make and the methane. But I just don't know if it's worth doing like that, Or are we best just buying the 2 spreaders we want and go in that way? Don't know. I'll have a look for next time. Let's just check the used machinery sale, see if anything's come up in there what we possibly might want. So there is actually a few spreaders. It's got a 14 metre throw out, £42,000, holds 30,000 litres. We've got a tanker for a lorry. Mowing deck. Front load. Nothing particularly. The only thing in there really is that slurry spreader. And that's about the only thing that's really appealing to us. So we can check. What's slurry? I don't even think it's got a slurry pit, to be fair. Doesn't say. Let's go visit it. I thought there was a slurry point at the side of it, but I might be mistaken. So that's where we pull the milk out when we get some more. Might just be a manure. I'm sure this thing over here is a slurry. Oh yeah, 56,000 litres of slurry so far. So yeah, it's definitely making it. It's just not showing up on there. Right, I think that's everything we want to be doing in September really, apart from drilling, which we will do next month while we're busy doing the bits of harvest we want. Worker's still doing this field. He might get cancelled because we're going to need all hands on deck next month. But I think that's the perfect place to wrap it up today. So thank you for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions or what your thoughts on the slurry digest dilemma are, let me know. And if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, you'll get notification of the next video and the big harvest. I'll see you there, guys.